Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, plus people's reactions to those deaths, as seen at Legacy.com in the first week of March 2022. Actor Conrad Janis died March 1, 2022 in Los Angeles at the age of 94. He was well known for his role on Mork Mindy, playing Mindy's dad, Fred McConnell. Janis is being remembered for roles in many other movies and TV shows, including The Cable Guy and Frasier, as well as for his long career as a jazz trombonist. Actor Tim Considine died March 3, 2022 at his home in Mar Vista, California at the age of 81. He starred in My Three Sons as eldest son, Mike, for the show's first 5 seasons. Considine is also being remembered for roles in Disney classics, including The Shaggy Dog and Spin and Marty. Children's author Shirley Hughes died February 25, 2022 at her home in London. She died after a brief illness at the age of 94. She wrote and illustrated hundreds of books, including the beloved Dogger and Alfie Gets In First. Hughes is being remembered for her ability to capture the many moods and small dramas of early childhood. Actor Johnny Brown died March 2, 2022 in Los Angeles at the age of 84. He starred in Good Times as building superintendent Nathan Bookman. Brown is also being remembered for roles on TV shows including Laugh-In, Family Matters, and Martin. World War II pilot John Billings died March 4, 2022 at his home in Woodstock, Virginia. He died of congestive heart failure and renal failure at the age of 98. He was a U.S. Army veteran who flew nearly 40 missions for the OSS, precursor to the CIA. His secret flights transporting Allied spies behind enemy lines were a crucial part of the war effort. Billings is also being remembered for his post-war years when he was a pilot for Eastern Airlines and volunteered as a pilot for Angel flights, flying people in need to receive life-saving medical treatment. Actor Mitchell Ryan died March 4, 2022 at his home in Los Angeles. He died of heart failure at the age of 88. His long career included roles in movies such as Lethal Weapon, High Plains Drifter, and Grosse Pointe Blank. He is also being remembered for roles in TV shows including Dark Shadows, Santa Barbara, and Dharma Greg. Ryan was a veteran of the U.S. Navy. Actress Laurel Goodwin died February 25, 2022 in Cathedral City, California at the age of 79. She is well known to Star Trek fans for co-starring as Yeoman Colt in the show's original pilot episode and in a 2-part flashback during the show's first season. Goodwin is also being remembered for co-starring with Elvis Presley in the movie Girls, Girls, Girls. Singer and songwriter Warner Mack died March 1, 2022 in Nashville at the age of 86. He was known for country music hits in the 1950s and 60s, including The Bridge Washed Out and Talkin' to the Wall. Mack is being remembered for writing his first hit, Is It Wrong for Loving You, when he was just 13. Musician Grandpa Elliot Small died March 8, 2022 at a hospital in Jefferson, Louisiana. He died of complications from a skin infection at the age of 77. He was an iconic New Orleans street musician, a fixture of the French Quarter, known for his singing and harmonica playing. Small is being remembered for a viral video in which he performed Stand By Me with other street performers from around the world. Broadway and Hollywood designer Tony Walton died March 2, 2022 in New York City. He died of complications from a stroke at the age of 87. He won an Oscar for his set direction on All That Jazz, as well as Tony Awards for Pippin, Guys and Dolls, and House of Blue Leaves. Walton is also being remembered for his costume design for Mary Poppins, on which he worked with his then-wife, Julie Andrews. On March 5, 2022, 7 people were killed when tornadoes struck central Iowa. Their names are Melissa Baisley, Kinley Bolger, Michael Bolger, Owen Bolger, Rodney Clark, Jesse Theron Fisher, Cecilia Lloyd. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Michigan have been lowered to honor the memory of former State Senator John Mowat. Flags in New Mexico have been lowered to honor the memory of Santa Fe police officer Robert Duran, who was killed in the line of duty. Flags in Massachusetts have been lowered to honor the memory of State Police Trooper Tamar Bucci. Flags in Kentucky have been lowered to honor the memory of State Police Telecommunicator 2 Charles Chuck Stewart, Jr. Flags in California have been lowered to honor the memory of San Diego firefighter-paramedic Nicholas Ramirez. Flags in Iowa have been lowered to honor the memory of West Memphis firefighter Jason Lang, a native of North Liberty, Iowa. Flags in North Carolina have been lowered to honor the memory of former State Senator Hugh B. Webster. Flags in Alabama have been lowered to honor the memory of State Representative David Wheeler. Flags in Kansas have been lowered to honor the memory of the more than 8,000 lives lost in Kansas due to COVID-19. Flags in Indiana have been lowered to honor the memory of Captain Mark W. Rapp Sr. of the Indianapolis Fire Department, who died in the line of duty. This week also marks several notable anniversaries. 15 years ago this week, actress Betty Hutton died of complications from colon cancer at the age of 86. 40 years ago this week, actor and comedian John Belushi died of a drug overdose at the age of 33. 40 years ago this week, writer and philosopher Ayn Rand died of heart failure at the age of 77. Author Douglas Adams was born 70 years ago this week. He died in 2001 of a heart attack at the age of 49. Televangelist Tammy Faye Messner was born 80 years ago this week. She died in 2007 of colon cancer at the age of 65. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news, deaths, and reactions.